Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your August 2017 overview reading. So before I get started, I just want to let you know that I did launch a class on how to use your intuitive abilities or develop your intuition. So I'll talk about that at the end, and I'm also offering single question readings if you're interested in that. So I'll discuss those at the end, but anyway, let's get started. I'm just going to go ahead and do the monthly cards, and all of these are pre-shuffled, but I'll just do a little bit for integrity. Okay, for today I slow down. For Sagittarians, that might be a challenge at times. So this is you kind of stepping away from the ultra fiery and intense energy and just kind of like taking a breather. So maybe you found yourself socializing a lot this month, or you know, this during the summer months, and so August is when you might take a step back from things like that. Okay, clarity. Clearing your mind brings you closer to your sacred inner wisdom. Okay, so this is definitely going to be an introspective month. We already have that coming through. So just keep that in mind. These are the Doreen Virtue Angels of Abundance cards. So for these, think about like money, finances. Oop, there we go. Money, finances, job, all that good stuff is kind of where this advice is going to come in handy. Attracting, not chasing. Again, slowing down, coming back, turning inward, and focusing on manifestation is going to be really great for you. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fears underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. So this is definitely a month that is not Sagittarius-like. This is very different. This is more yin. This is more water, flowing, and rather than like carving a path and being really intense and making it happen, you're just kind of going with the flow and allowing, being more receptive than usual. Okay, and then I do have a very different spread this month. I've actually enjoyed doing it. I've done 2 reads so far, so let me know how you like it. I'm always trying to keep it fresh for everybody, so. Now, I'll list all the decks that I'm using, but I'll do a timeline. The area around this is going to be a little bit more fluid, but the Slutist Tarot is going to be your romantic relationships, whether you're partnered or not. And then Mythological Abstractions is going to be your growth period in quarters. And then Morgan Greer will be the advice for each. I mean, if you want to look at it like each week in August, or if you want it to be like just each quarter. There's no firm dates on it. Okay. Yes, I know I didn't use the card that flew out. What a radical idea of this tarot reader who doesn't use the cards he spit out. I know people love to comment, "You're not listening to your tarot deck. This is serious." Okay, so this is what brings you confidence this month. This is the possibilities of anything could happen. So typically I despise the Wheel of Fortune. This is so dissatisfying to my Virgo moon. But in this position, I actually like it for Sagittarians this month because it's like you're just really open to expanding. And the key thing is that this expansion can only happen when you turn inward, when you become introspective, when you you create a vision for yourself and you really open up to anything could happen, which is the way I see the Wheel of Fortune, is just like it incorporates so many different elements and possibilities that you're going to be able to manifest a lot this month. And it's really about getting the clarity, like what Paulina Cassidy, the Witchling deck, said. Okay, so let's take a look at your health, like what's going to help you this month. So it looks like you're going to be presented different opportunities, and it's going to be a constant, should I go out drinking with my friends, or should I stay home, work out, and make myself a nice meal? Should I eat this, or should I eat that? Or, you know, should I take more time for myself, or should I go out and hang out with some friends or go to a show? There's going to be a lot of decisions this month, and you're going to have to focus in on what feels best to your body. Just always keep in mind your health and your big goals for your physical earth body, because the challenges and the opportunities to, you know, make decisions that will either help or harm you are going to be very present. So it's nothing scary. It's just do what feels healthy. You know, really pay attention to that. Okay, so this is what's really satisfying for you this month. Okay, well, at least this is like what's satisfying you. So it looks like you've let go of a lot in like the immediate past. Is just like, man, you've experienced this huge release. I am happy to see the Ten of Swords in that position for you, because it's just like a huge purge, like, I've released all of that. I am coming into a brighter future, and I have a really intense, bold vision for myself. But this could also be a reason why you're turning inward so dramatically, you know, something that goes against like a Sagittarian nature. So it could be because of the intense purging and clearing that you've done. That's a big theme here already. Okay. So what are you proud of this month? Okay, so it's interesting. Usually this looks like expansion. I actually see this for you as getting really close with the people who matter most. So especially because we have this here, normally the Three of Cups is like, ooh, party town. This actually looks like you're trimming your social circle and dedicating more time to the few friends that really, really matter, who really uplift, empower, and enrich your life, which is extremely beneficial. We all do that from time to time, kind of taking inventory of what's in affinity with us and what's not. And so socially it looks like that's really taking place for you, and it looks like you're proud of yourself, like, man, you know, I have really done a good job picking the people to show up for me. And I mean, there's not a lot more you could ask for. That's a really beautiful read right there. Okay, what makes you laugh? Like, where can you have more humor this month? Ooh, yes, I love seeing these come through in these positions, because it's just kind of like this is like when the going gets tough, you can kind of look at it and just have a sense of humor with yourself in the situation. Not like, oh, my misery is so funny. That's not what I'm talking about. This is like, oh man, you know, having an earth body and an earth experience is so intense and dramatic. Like, just having a lighthearted attitude about, man, you know, my track record for getting through things is pretty freaking good so far. So, you know, just keep rolling with it. You know, you have the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Swords in one spread, and they're in ideal positions, because it's just like you've let go of a lot. And so now you're able to reflect and just look back on the intensity and just be like, man, that was so intense. You know, I've learned a lot. Just have a light approach to it, which Sagittarians are really, really good at, is just having that upbeat, optimistic attitude in the face of intensity. Okay, so how can you be generous with others this month? It's just doing what you can. It's not a lot of like, this has been a theme actually for every reading I've done, is that so far, the readings that I've done so far, is that people are not giving anything specific this month. It's not like, oh, you could be more generous with your money or with your time. This is actually, people need to be a little bit more conservative with their energy, and I've said it for the past few signs that I've read. And the reason being, what I suspect from all the energy is people have been go, 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 play, 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 going through some serious transitions. You know, we're going through eclipse season. I mean, there's all this stuff going on, and so it's kind of like, all right, well, August, we're probably gonna have to recharge our batteries a little bit. Just, you know, the collective energy so far has been about recharging. So just keep that in mind with this here. You know, you may not be as giving as usual, and you might actually need to take more time for yourself. And then this is, what can you recognize in others to really help this month, support you? This is actually you seeing other people as having a lot of insight this month. So it's kind of like you really valuing the beauty in other people having skills that you don't. It's very much about this co-creation this month. And even though you're turning inward, it is a lot about the reflection about, you know, you're good at some things, you're not good at other things. But the friends that you have around are able to provide you with so much that you don't have yourself. And that's the beauty of relationships. You know, some of my closest friends have qualities that I'm very poor at, that I am not as skilled or in touch with. And then in turn, I'm able to contribute a lot of skills that they don't have. And so it's this beautiful give and take. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify, like, what's satisfying you. Yeah, it's definitely you're creating space. So I just clarified the Ten of Swords. You're creating space for way better stuff. So you're cultivating a lot, you're bringing a lot in, but you got to do the purging first. That's the important piece. So let's see, how are you being generous with others? Again, this is, you're really going to have to prioritize. Really, really work on that. You know, figure out how much do you want to give to others? How much do you want to give to yourself? That's a key thing. And then we'll also clarify the Three of Swords. It's good to clarify the scary cards. Typically during these readings, that's kind of the approach I take, to give you guys a little bit more information on what's going on. So where you can have humor. Okay, so this is about the give and take. Perhaps what you're able to have a sense of humor about, now that I'm seeing this, is like, you know what? I'm not getting enough from this relationship, so I'm just going to free up my time in other ways and not invest so heavily in, you know, person X. So it's a lot about understanding the give and take and kind of human nature. You know, if you have a partner that you've recently let go of who ultimately wasn't able to give you what you need, this is where you're able to reflect. Or even these could be old lessons too, although this does look recent. That's a really strong impression that this is a recent purging that you've been doing. But this could be an old lesson about reciprocation within relationships, and you're just like, man, you know, having a sense of humor about all of the relationships in your life and all of the grief and everything. Okay, so now let's do the timeline. This is the first quarter, second, third, and fourth. They could be a week, give or take. It's going to be more fluid. Okay, so your growth period for the first quarter, the World. So this is really expansive, and it's kind of like you are, typically this is like you're expanding outward. I actually see this as you're kind of sitting and you're still doing the introspective piece that I keep consistently reading here. But the thing is that it's like you're opening up to all of the advice, all of the insight, all of the possibilities for yourself, and you're really just taking a big picture view of your life and your visions. Okay, and the advice. Yeah, you're just gonna kind of want to do work around this. Really focus in on what you want, and then put the necessary effort that you want to give that area of your life. So your romantic relationship. Okay, so it looks like you're starting somewhere new. This doesn't mean a new relationship, although it could be for a lot of you. I could definitely see that, like, oh, new journey, whether it be with dating, or, I'm going to try a different type of relationship, or maybe you'll try polyamory or monogamy if you've never done that before. So it's just kind of like a new explorative, I don't even know if that's a word, new exploration in your romantic relationships. And this could also be with a partner. I'm not leaving out the people who are married. This is like about, you and your partner expanding into a new phase of your relationship, new, just a lot of new journeys within your partnership. Your growth period for the second quarter, Knight of Cups. Okay, so this is you really owning your emotions and owning the lessons. That's the key thing that I'm getting from this, is anytime I get a court card for cups, it's kind of like the mastery over your emotions. But this one is like, oh, you understand the lessons. This is fully you. Excuse me, I've done quite a few of these today. So this is you fully extracting all of the information from the lessons of the past and consolidating that information into what you want to carry forward into your relationships otherwise. Okay, and the advice, Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is like just focus on yourself. This isn't so much a collaborative card. This is more about like you doing what feels right for yourself. Really keep that in mind, especially during the second quarter. Your romantic relationships, the Oracle. This is the High Priestess, I believe. Yeah. So this has to do with your intuition. This has to do with you focusing in on what do you want? What do you want? Ask yourself that question, because creating a vision is like, this is where you're doing the evaluating and you're really starting to work on things. But this is where you're doing the fine tuning and kind of realizing, this is how I'm consolidating these lessons and expanding in the right areas. Third quarter, Two of Cups, beautiful. So this is where you become collaborative with other people, potentially a partnership, but I don't want to limit it to that. Let's see what the advice is before I say any more about the Two of Cups. Boom. So this is like taking really fast action towards things. So it's like things are speeding up. The first half of August is a little bit slower. You're still going to have to do some evaluating, but we see things pick up speed in the third quarter. And in your romantic relationships, we have the Four of Cups. So it's just kind of like there's not a great deal of intensity coming from this card. It's just kind of like you're still focusing on what you want. And there's a lot of evaluation happening here, and that carries forward, in terms of you using your intuition to figure out what you want, and that continues with the Four of Cups. I know I don't read traditional tarot, so we can, I don't even know what the cards mean. That's just not how I read. So with this, it just looks like you're still in the evaluation process and really figuring out what's an affinity with you and what's not. And the final quarter, Okay, so this is about like you're doing a little bit more purging but this is more habit-based. So with the Hanged Man there, it is more of an internal decision-making for like, what do you need to let go of that just doesn't serve you, you know? Do you need to quit smoking? Do you know, like what is it that's coming out for you? Which habits do you have that you really want to clean up? And the advice, King of Swords. Okay, so this is you have really potent ideas, and this could also be you have potent ideas, but you keep doing the same thing and you need to change what you're doing. Okay, and so then the romantic relationships, it's just kind of like anything could happen. It's like it all depends on what you make of this time when you're cultivating and manifesting and really evaluating which direction you want to go. So in terms of a timeline, there's not a lot of information that's coming for the end of the month. I'm just going to be straight with you guys. This could be anything. It's kind of a wild card in this spread, you know, especially because we have that over here too. But it's like there's evaluation, figuring it out. Ooh, and it is what you make of it. So just keep that in mind, that it really is going to come down to the actions that you take leading up to this point. Okay, so 3-card pick. That's what we're doing next. If you have a specific question in mind, go ahead and ask it now. Otherwise, you can just, you know, this could be an advice card for the month. And I do weekly and daily readings on Instagram and Facebook. So if you don't already follow me on there, go ahead and do that, and you can get even more like 3-card picks and stuff. Okay, card number 1, the Hermit. So again, more introspection. It's just kind of like you're hanging out by yourself and you're not really focusing on other people. It is an important time for you to evaluate the things that are going on in your life. Card number 2, the Sun. Beautiful, expansive, bright, you know, really having a strong vision for yourself in the future. It just looks really optimistic and upbeat. The 3rd card, 4 of Wands. So it's like things are really coming together. This is what I'm getting for this is that this month you're going to be doing a lot of evaluating, and so the 4 of Wands isn't going to come together until the end of the month. So that's kind of what I'm getting for that. Okay, and that's all I have for you today. But if you want to hear about the class, I'll explain that. It's a 6-week course. I teach you a whole bunch of tools. It's all done on Zoom. I do have spaces open still, so go ahead and shoot me an email if you're interested in that, and I can give you all the details and pricing info and all of that stuff. So if you are interested in taking the course, make sure that you send me an email. And then also I'm offering single question readings. They're just $10 a piece. You get a photo of all the tarot cards that I pull for you. I'm not doing full-blown spreads for people. It's just like one question. One, not 10 within one email. It's one question. But I mean, I do put a lot of time and effort into them, so it is absolutely worth it. People have been loving them, so I'm going to continue to offer those until I decide otherwise. So if you just have something that you want me to read really quickly, I can do all of that via email. So send me an email with your question, your full name, and then I'll send your invoice and get your read out to you. Okay, and then of course, if you're looking to book a session with me, I'll post that in the description box. I have openings available for appointments, so if I'm the right practitioner for you, then book a session. I'd love to work with you, whether you want to manifest or you're going through heartbreak or whatever it is. I am here to support you, and I'm happy to help. I'd love to work with you. So And if you want your free solar year reading as a birthday gift, so it comes out in your birthday month, then you can sign up for my newsletter, include your birthday, and yeah, I'll send that during your birthday month. So I hope you have an awesome, awesome month. I'll see you next time. If you want to catch me live on Facebook, I go live there every week. So you're welcome to like my page and follow me on there as well. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.